There are principles we've understood for years. Live in the present. Don't compare yourself to others. Do what you believe is right and stop caring so much what people think. We accept all of this, sincerely. But you and I both know, the anxiety still comes. The impulse to compare still rises. Other people's opinions still press down on us. We call this knowing but not doing. We sigh. We carry on. I have a very specific version of this lately. I make serious work. Things that ask you to slow down, to read them. And I genuinely believe this. Finding the right audience matters more than chasing reach. I can say that clearly. I mean it when I say it. And yet, every time I post something and the numbers go nowhere, that difficult feeling comes anyway. Not faintly, concretely, a specific, real discomfort. I cannot use that principle to block it out. I've come to think this is actually a very good question in itself. Why does a principle I genuinely believe in disappear completely the moment it's actually tested? It's not that I haven't thought it through. It's not that my belief is insincere. It's that the principle sits in my mind, but it hasn't seeped in. You can understand all the right ideas and still not be able to live well. This line circulates widely because nearly everyone has felt it. We usually interpret it as an execution problem, a gap between knowing and doing, and if you just try harder, you'll close it. But I think that explanation misses something, because it assumes if you work hard enough to do it, the principle will kick in. Sometimes that's not the issue. Sometimes the principle simply hasn't truly entered you yet. It lives in your understanding, not in your being. There's a concept in Buddhist practice, Jung, embodied realization, not understanding, not agreeing, not memorizing. It means going through something with your entire being, letting it truly happen in you, so that afterward you're no longer quite who you were. This concept resists instruction. You can't hand someone a 3-step process for achieving it, but what it points to is real. There is knowing with your mind, and there is knowing with your whole self. These aren't different degrees of the same thing. They are different in kind. So, where is the gap? My current understanding, it's at the first moment the principle is truly tested, not when you're calm and can recite it clearly. When the actual situation the principle is meant for arrives, your emotions, your body, your first instinct, where are they in that moment? I believe finding the right audience matters more than reach. But in the moment the numbers came back flat, my body's response had nothing to do with that belief. That was the moment I understood. I haven't yet realized this in my bones. I only know it. Here's what most people do in that moment. They reach back for the principle, run it through their head again, tell themselves, I know, reach isn't what matters, and talk themselves back to calm. There's nothing wrong with that move, but it steps over the gap. The difficult feeling arrived, got pressed down. The principle was brought out to hold it at bay. Then life continued. The gap is still there. The next time the same situation comes, the same reaction will come with it, because using a principle to suppress a feeling is not the same as having actually lived through that feeling. Embodied realization isn't something you can engineer. It doesn't happen because you decide to really feel something this time. It's more like this. You can't go around the difficult feeling. You can only actually be in it for a while. Let it happen in you completely, and then walk out the other side carrying something you didn't have before, not a principle, a new kind of memory in your body, so that the next time this comes, your whole self knows how to respond, and without your mind needing to reach for the principle again. I still feel that difficulty about reach. It still comes, but I've stopped rushing to block it with an idea. I try to stay in it a little longer, look at its shape, listen to what it's actually saying, not because I want to suffer, because I'm starting to suspect that the difficult feeling itself might be exactly what embodied realization looks like while it's happening.